Alright, thought I'd make a quick little video on these nice little Smith & Wesson M&P 22 compacts. They're great 22s, a lot of people like shooting them. They come suppressor ready or not suppressor ready. A lot of people are already aware that it's the same barrel. It's just a different thread adapter screwed onto the end of the barrel. And they're readily available in the aftermarket from EKW, Hughes Precision. I'll put a couple pictures of them up because this is something I noticed that was important to a customer of mine depending on the can you're running. The threads on this are not undercut. This is a inexpensively made thread adapter and they did not undercut them. And let me see if we can see that. Right here, if you don't know what an undercut is, right here there should be an undercut. This was turned on a CNC machine. They just cut real quick. There's no space for the tip of the cutting tool to land in a free area. What it would look like if it had an area for it to land. This is a factory M&P threaded 2.0, and if you look inside here you can see it actually is undercut. This is my FNX Tactical 45, one of my personal guns, and it too is undercut. You can see how it's smaller right where the threads are. And the reason that matters, I'll show you why. Let me grab a couple different suppressors. Here is a Thunder Beast, and these are made very well. And one of the things that Thunder Beast takes the time to do let me see if we can see that in there, is there's actually a relief cut. It's bigger right here than the threads. What that means is when you go to thread this on, even though there's no undercut, watch how it'll go right over that portion that is not threaded and is not undercut. Because of the relief, it goes over it and it gets nice and secure. Now, there are some companies making these precision rods for measuring runout. And if we put one of these in here, and yes, I know you never ever want to put steel on the lands and grooves. Why they design these tools for that, it's kind of foolish, but if you make it out of brass, it's not going to be accurate. So very, very carefully, very, very gently slide it in there. And you can see it's bottomed out right against the front of the follower. And if we look, this Thunder Beast can, that bore is nice and centered all the way around. But, and man, I really don't like putting these against the rifling. If we take a less expensive can, and I grabbed a couple to try it with, I'm not going to say whose can this is, but you can see this is aluminum and the threading goes all the way to the edge. And when you do something like that, there's the phone.
6 hours later.
Okay, now where were we? Alright, so when you thread this on and you run into that portion of the barrel that does not have an undercut, you'll see that the threads bottom out and they will not meet flush against the shoulder. Now, why is that a problem? A square shoulder makes the can meet squarely against the barrel. Without it fitting that shoulder perfectly, let's gently place this rod in there again. And again, I don't like doing it, but you can see it's bottomed out on the follower right there. And lo and behold, that is not centered in the bore. You can see how it's off to the side over here. So it's important to have a nice square shoulder when you install your can. Here's a rugged obsidian in 45, and you can see it has a nice relief, even though my FNX Tactical has an undercut or relief cut. So when that thread's on, it will actually go right over. Everything will bottom out just like it should, right on that flat shoulder. Oh, and you know what? I have those rods in 45. Maybe we should check this one as well. This one's a big sumbitch. Look at the diameter on that sucker. So, no, I didn't clear this pistol first because I'm not a pussy. Very, very gently, all the way in. And what do you know? She's nice and square all the way around. Perfectly centered. So, no chance of a baffle strike. But the point of this video was not to say, don't buy an M&P Compact threaded suppressor ready pistol. That's not the point. The point is that for those that don't know, these are suppressor ready. You just need a thread adapter. You don't need to go buy a threaded barrel. The point was, check your cans. Not all of them have a relief cut. Some of them do, some of them don't. If you don't, get yourself an aftermarket thread adapter. EKW, like this. Or Hughes Precision, like this. If you have one with a relief cut, it works perfectly fine.